Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Don't say that.
Why not?
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the cathedral.
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our Saint Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James. Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
A new relic might also attract more pilgrims.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you. How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
I beg your forgiveness. I was overwhelmed when I heard Prior James passed.
You should know better. I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
Brother Andrew, have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
Aside from the ones that visited for Christmas? No. If there had been an official guest, I would know. And no one stayed at our guest house.
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting.
Let us continue this conversation later.
Of course. There's a lot of planning for me to do for the upcoming election.
It feeds us.
Hello? I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty. Brother Paul?
Philip. Ouch. Oh.
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the spring comes.
You should have a fire.
It's all right. It's not that cold.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sinners perish.
No, the poor perish, and those that he has freezing out here.
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight? Yes. He was just lying by the road, just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died. We buried him in the cemetery.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. But the look in his eyes told me he was afraid. I held his hand and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James. Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents shall be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
What? The new prior will need those documents?
Sometimes I wonder if it was because of that letter. A few days later, Prior James fell through the ice. Right here. Philip, maybe I brought a curse on Kingsbridge.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip.
There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you? You're my little brother.
I knew I could rely on you.
What was that?
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing.
It's Adolphus.
There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying in the crypt. I think I heard him too.
No, you are mistaken.
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself. It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is nothing and no one down there. It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
Brother Andrew.
What is it now?
I am looking for a document that was in the possession of Prior James.
How does that relate to my tasks? Talk to Remigius.
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting. Yes, Philip.
Adolphus?
The novice said he hid the keys in here. They're here. I have them.
There. I heard it. No, I
Let's see what we can find. No reason to be afraid. Nothing. These old cathedrals are bound to make strange sounds. Nothing here. The saint rests in peace. Even if it is Adolphus, we would have to welcome him. Thought so. Nothing here. Hello? No, no one. Not a thing. God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. Hello? Ah! What is that? What is that? It's the size of a child. Hello? Ah! Oh. An owl. Just an owl. The choir will be relieved to know that. I should tell them. The brothers did hear something after all.
What was
No
that?
talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something?
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate, and...
No, I'll stay down here. I'm not good with heights.
Philip, have you found something yet?
Not yet. I will see what I can do. The cathedra. It is not for me to take that seat.
Philip!
Brother Milius.
Come! Warm yourself by the oven. Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert. Hard at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius? Put things right.
Who would vote for Remigius? He would be no better than Prior James.
He is the sub-prior, and he made promises to some of the brothers, like the sacrist. He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room, including the priory's ledgers.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
So I've heard. Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving. Prior James had a document I would like to see.
It's probably amongst the things that Remigius is going to burn.
Oh no.
He's in the prior's room. Maybe you can talk him out of it.
Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refuse. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps. Not since he began talking to the devil.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side. He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins?
What? Only Cuthbert. No one else. Not.
We'll talk more later. Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
I'm looking for a document that was given to Prior James.
It's probably in the prior's room then.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state, Philip.
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novices are stealing?
Yes, someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar more than once. Today I found something missing again.
Cuthbert, I believe I found your keys.
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
About the keys.
Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do.
Let us continue another time, Brother Cuthbert.
Of course.
Miliers, why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty. I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
Ah, wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket, and you'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Careful, they're hot.
Is not my word like fire, declares the Lord, and like a hammer that breaks the rock in pieces?
Praise the Lord.
Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my hands, Milius.
I knew you could do it.
Here, Paul.
Oh. Ouch! Oh. A hot stone! Ah! It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a fire, or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Winter is bound to end sometime. Philip, if you ever run into trouble with Remigius, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior.
That'll be a waste. The letter is not around here. The shape of these stones, as are the shapes of leaves. God has made them. James, I pray for you that when you stand before God, He will look upon you with mercy. Rest in peace. I look forward to my next sermon at St. John's and to seeing my flock.
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close the door?
I found some beech nuts.
Ah, we will grow a beech tree then.
Wonderful.
If we ever get round to starting the garden.
I'm sure you will.